The bamboo that bowed. A parable about surrender. I, she, the warrior and the storm. In a land where jade mountains kissed the clouds and rivers carved songs through the valleys, there lived a man named Kano, a warrior of great skill and will. He had never lost a duel, never strayed from his path, and never bent to another's word. My strength, he often said, is my blade, and my blade is my will. Kano's fame spread far and wide. Kings offered him gold, monks offered him wisdom, but he took only what he earned through discipline and effort. One day, a sudden war broke out between the border provinces. Kano, loyal to his people, led an army against the invaders. The battle raged through forests and fields. Though outnumbered, Kano refused to yield. We do not bend, he told his soldiers. We fight, we win. But the enemy was many, and the rains came hard. On the third day, during a battle in the mountain pass, a landslide struck. Earth tumbled from the cliffs like thunder. Trees fell. Men screamed. In the chaos, Kano's horse was thrown and he was cast into the ravine. His sword lost, his armor shattered. Kano was swallowed by the mountain. Tut-tut-atsai, the valley of stillness. When Kano awoke, he was lying in a bed of moss, deep in a hidden valley surrounded by steep cliffs. His body ached, but his bones were whole. By his side knelt an old man with eyes like moonlit water. You fell, the old man said, but the mountain spared you. I must return, Kano gasped. My army, my duty. You cannot climb now, the old man said. Rest. Kano, though reluctant, had no choice. Days passed. Each morning, the old man would bring him herbs and rice. He said little. He moved like water, quiet, necessary, without resistance. When Kano was strong enough to walk, he said, I thank you for your help. Now I must leave. The old man pointed to the sheer cliffs. You are in the bowl of clouds. Only the mountain decides who leaves, and when. Kano scoffed. Then I will make the mountain yield. He tried climbing. Slipped. He tried shouting. The valley returned only echoes. He tried to build, but the rain soaked every rope, broke every branch. Every attempt to escape, no matter how clever or fierce, was met with the same silence. Weeks passed. Kano grew lean, frustrated. One evening in a storm he screamed at the sky, I am a warrior. I do not yield. Thunder replied, but the mountain remained unmoved. The bamboo and the rock. One morning Kano sat watching the rain. He noticed something. The great stone by the river did not move, but water slowly wore it smooth. Nearby stood a grove of bamboo, bowing, swaying in the wind. They did not resist. They bent. They did not break. They simply moved, and stood tall again when the storm passed. He watched as the bamboo fed the soil, sheltered the birds, and danced with the breeze. The old man came and sat beside him. Kano asked, Why does the bamboo survive while the stone is worn away? The old man smiled. Because the bamboo surrenders. I was raised to be strong, Kano said. To fight, to never give in. The old man nodded. And has that helped you here? Kano lowered his eyes. Oman Shedi. I telephoned, I'll say, Al-Katenan, or you. I don't the national. Fandis it has to done that word Gasiahe, Apatotunt. The unfolding. Kano began to change. Not quickly. Not dramatically. But something within him softened. He rose with the sun and helped the old man tend the plants. He learned which roots healed and which herbs soothed the soul. He listened more, spoke less. One day a bird landed on his shoulder. He did not chase it away. He sat under the bamboo and closed his eyes. Not to fight thought, but to witness it. And in that stillness, something new bloomed within him. He no longer longed for escape. He no longer cursed the valley. He simply lived. And in that living, He found peace. The path appears. It was nearly a year before the snow melted on the cliffs. One morning, Kano awoke to find a narrow path of stone exposed by the retreating ice. The old man walked with him to its edge. "The mountain opens when you are ready," he said. Kano turned to him. "You knew this would happen. I knew only that surrender reveals what force cannot," the old man said. "You were not trapped. You were rooted." Kano bowed deeply. He climbed the path, not with haste, but with gratitude. The return and the whisper. When he returned to his homeland, the war had ended. The armies disbanded. The old world he knew was no longer the same. People still knew his name. But they noticed something different. His voice was gentler. His eyes held stillness. He did not boast of victory. He did not speak of suffering. When asked what had happened to him in the mountains, he would say simply, "I learned what the bamboo knows, that to bend is not to break, that to let go is not to lose, and that in surrender we are held." And closing reflection. Surrender is not defeat. It is the wisdom of water, the humility of roots, the stillness of stars. To surrender is not to give up, but to give over, from grasping to grace, from fear to flow, from will to wonder,